children graduated. He is also asking the audience to pretend he is wearing the attire traditionally associated with such events. Finally, he is asking the videographer to forward this speech to the Mings to be played for their son in May 2036. The speech is titled, "Dear Mustangs, Help Me Welcome Joel Knopken."
Thank you, Principal Peck, faculty, staff, family, friends, and to the graduating class, dear Mustangs. I am here tonight to answer a question that I'm sure has occurred to a few of you. Why, on a 97-degree valley night, did they have to increase our discomfort by making us wear these sweaty caps and misshapen gowns? But before I do, I have to answer another question. What is tonight about? Well, think back 4 years when you entered as freshmen. Now, some of the people you entered with, they're not here tonight. They didn't make it to graduation for all sorts of reasons. And so why is that important? Because for most of you, this will be the first time in your life that you accomplished something important that other people didn't. Now, you may disagree with that, but consider. Yes, some of you got that job at Safeway and perhaps others didn't. But you probably spent that money already. And some of you may have made the basketball team or the soccer team. But in sports these days, everyone gets a trophy has almost become a national punchline. And yes, a few of you got better grades than others. But, well, the faculty will kill me for saying this, but when your colleges that you applied to, they looked at your transcripts, that will probably be the last time in your life anyone either knew or cared what you got in sophomore English. You being here matters, and it matters a lot. And some others didn't. And this will happen throughout your life. Some of you, most of you, I think, will be going to college. Others won't. Of those of you who go, some of you will graduate, and others won't. In the professions, business, government, education, wherever you wind up doing something and whatever you wind up doing, you will keep advancing and others won't until you eventually find the level that you don't get beyond. It starts tonight. This will be the first time, but it won't be the last. Now that we know what tonight is about, what is tonight not about? Well, that's very simple. It's not about you. Now, you may disagree with that. You may be angry about it. What do you mean it's not about me? I took those tests. I wrote those papers. I listened to those boring lectures. How can it not be about me? Because it isn't. Remember, some people got left behind. You were given a gift. Now, maybe that gift was nothing more than the ability to overcome what others couldn't. But it is a gift, and as the cliche goes, to whom much is given, much is required. The phrase we use these days is pay it forward. I'm going to make a little twist on that. Pay it back. Pay back the people who didn't get where you got by accepting the mantle of leadership, which requires you to be unselfish, requires whatever you do to not be solely about you. That starts tonight as well. Which leads me to the caps and gowns. The tradition actually goes back to medieval times. People in position of authority, of leadership, legislators, judges, priests, often they were the same people, of course. When they were on duty, they wore these robes. Now, tonight, we're all wearing Dobson blue and silver. But historically, and even today to some degree, those robes were black. Why? Well, black is a color that, historically anyway, has been associated with death. So you say, who died? Wrong question. Wasn't who died, what died. And what died was your selfish self. When you accept that position of leadership as signified by the robe and as signified by the gowns you're wearing tonight, for the rest of your life, you may no longer think solely of yourself. Now, then as now, people in positions of leadership, people in positions of authority, don't always execute that unselfishness, practice it, but that is their objective. For the rest of your life, you may no longer think only of yourself, and that starts tonight as well. And so, dear Mustangs, in a few minutes, you will start coming up here to receive your diplomas. And I sincerely hope this does not discourage you from doing so. But once you do, you may never, as long as you live, in any situation in which you find yourself, think solely of yourself. And so in the coming years, when you think back about tonight, or you look at those pictures of your friends and family, don't think of this as an item of discomfort, something to be endured. I suppose they could ask to make the graduations in December and wouldn't be so uncomfortable. Think of it instead as a fashion statement, because unselfishness, leadership, serving humanity, they never go out of style. Principal Peck,